being different in this world today, in this society, right? You're cast as an outcast. Sometimes being different can be very good, and most times it is really good, as long as you don't let the naysayers, negative Nancy's, and people who are just miserable with their lives allow or be allowed to come and interrupt your thoughts, interrupt your routine, interrupt your quiet, calm, zen, comfortable, strong self. Once you let that happen, you get shooken up for a second. You start to doubt yourself. You start to hate yourself. You start to question yourself. You start to question God, which is not always a bad thing. Question yourself is not always a bad thing. It gets to the root of some things deeper than what you could ever imagine. But all this is to say, I've been feeling all right for the past week, only because I have came down with a cold. I haven't been to the doctors in a very long time. A very long time. I finally go because I set up an appointment. I just happened to get sick right before the appointment. And they sent me to go get an x-ray on my knee or blah, blah, blah. And this was a week ago today. Better late than never, right? So today, I'm going to go get my x-ray. And my doctor follow appointments today as well. But to put all of that aside, when I finally look at the paper to see what's the closest place I can go to get my x-ray, and I look, and I just happen to flip over the paper, and for whatever reason, I decided to read all my information. So it says, Rayshonda Saunders, 9/19/1988, gender, male. That's when certain stuff like that, and I didn't pay attention to it all week. I didn't go get my x-ray for a complete, I was supposed to go get it, I don't know, not supposed to, but anytime before this appointment. But I finally look at it and I'm like, I know who I am. I know who I was born. I've always been from a newborn baby girl, young lady, little girl, woman. Always had a vagina that I know of. Never got snipped or whatever, And it's so crazy because we're so ignorant. Society is so ignorant that if you don't fit up under this particular microscope, then you're outcast and shunned. You're looked down upon because you're different. There's nothing wrong with being different. In a society today where there's so many bald women, whether it's from sickness, whether it's from, and I say sickness and I'll use that term loosely because a lot of people think that I have cancer, and that's not the case, and that's not the only reason or the only way that you can become bald. You can choose to become bald. You can be supporting another family member who does have cancer. You can have alopecia, which is my case, and I decided not to hide behind the wig anymore. This is what you get. But the fact that I feel like I have to prove myself to these people only just takes me back to, like, you know what? They don't even know me. I hear a lot of snickering and stuff. And I mean, of course, like all of us do, if you don't fit in this perfect box, you're going to get pointed and stared at. People are going to laugh at you. And you know what? A lot of people expect me to react. A lot of people expect me to go crazy. Like, prove that I'm a woman when you already made up your mind. If you already made up your mind that I'm a man, who am I to tell you you're wrong? I don't even care because I know who I am. And that's it at the end of the day. people around me who's been with me my whole life, know who I am, they support me, and that's all that matters. So anything that you have to say negative because you're miserable with your own life, and I choose to wear this proud, and I choose to be an example, and I choose to be a leader in my Black community. Like, a lot of times people look at me, like, if you've been around me for a while or whatever, you may notice, like, you know what, scratch that. A lot of times other races accept me before my Black family accept me. Not saying that my family, you know, my what's the word I'm looking for? Not my family, you know what I mean? Not my uncles and my grandmother, or my mom, or my sister, or my dad, and you know, not them. My Black family, as in community Black family. A lot of other races accept me before my family accepts me. Does that hurt? Is it annoying? Is it frustrating? Yes, it is. I'm looking at the time because I should have been like already done, but all this is just to say, and all this stem from just a simple box that's checked for the wrong gender and annoyance, because something the doctors accept, you know what I mean? Somebody who knows all the different ways of being, mostly all the different ways, if not all, different ways of how women with no hair get to that point. You know, how there's so many different avenues and paths to that point. And this is just my story. But you can have, you know, no feet. You know what I mean? You can have a prosthetic leg, arm. You mean in a wheelchair. You can have Down syndrome. No eyebrows, you know. Anything and everything. What I can't even think. That's just a physical appearance, you know. You could have bipolar or mental illness. That doesn't mean you're stupid. That doesn't mean you're dumb. That doesn't mean that you don't know how to conduct a conversation. That doesn't mean that just because you have no feet, you don't know how to stand tall. You know what I mean? Just because you don't have an arm, you know what I'm saying? Like, that don't mean that you can't throw a ball and never throw a ball. You can't, whatever. You can never learn to write. If you lost your right arm, that doesn't mean that you don't know how to, you can't write with your left. You can't learn how to write with your left. People who are different learn how to deal with things in a different manner, which makes us a better, bigger person. Not better person, but it does. It makes us internally a better person. Not saying we're better than everybody else, but internally it makes us a better person. And the fact that we learn how to deal with this and move on and keep going makes us stronger. So the fact that you and your little sympathetic mind, not even sympathetic, simple mind cannot understand that, I feel bad for you. Because you will continue to put yourself in that box. You will continue to stay on that path. You will continue to be that negative person that we just, no, we don't have anything against you. I feel, if anything, I feel sorry for you. Because everything that you know, or the path that you, what your journey, your past or whatever is, it has such a tight grip on you that you cannot even let it go. So you choose to hurt other people because of your own past, and that's something that you need to deal with. We deal with our stuff, most stuff. I can't say that I deal with everything. I'm not perfect, but we have a way of dealing with stuff. And speaking for myself, one day I shaved it all off. I said, hey, this is how it's about to be. And I kept moving. Life goes on. So what? She's bald. So what? He can't see. So what? He's blind. You know? So what? He has a disorder, or she has a disorder. So what? Life goes on. No one's going to hold your hand. No one's going to hold my hand. No one's going to hold your hand. You have to do it for yourself. So if you don't like my bald head and my naturalness, honey, that's your own fault. Don't look at me. I don't care. This just recently happened to me when I was in the gym a couple weeks ago. And what's so funny with bullies is that they they're they're scared. Oddly, they're scared. I was sitting. I went with one of my good friends, one of my best friends, to the gym, and that's the day that I forgot my headset. And I was like, man, I forgot my headphones. I can't listen to music. It's cool. Whatever. I'm just going to zone out, you know. I got plenty of stuff to think about. And whatever. Look at the TV or something. I don't know. I didn't care. I was salty. Don't get me wrong. I was salty. So I'm sitting there. And then I just, you know when you feel somebody looking at you, right? I looked to my left. It was a black woman. And it was a black man. Young, they had probably about my age or younger. And they're just staring. As soon as I looked over, you know, this is their reaction. They look around and stuff like that, you know. And I'm just like, this is exactly what's wrong with my black community today. This is exactly what's wrong. Y'all, we don't know how to love on one another and accept one another for their differences. Not because of what society told you or what you think, or not because of what the TV says, or not because transgender is such a huge thing that now everybody, you know what I mean? Like, that's so simple-minded, narrow-minded, closed-minded. And so I looked and I said, you know what, they expect me to say, what the fuck you looking at? No, I'm not going to do that. Why are you looking at me? Can I help you? Is there something I can help you with? You know what I mean? And I'm not a confrontational person. And I'm not going to say I always accept things for what they are, but I don't let it get the best of me. I don't allow it to dictate my decisions, my moves and stuff like that. Is it sad? Sometimes, yes, and I'll just be like, whatever, I'm not going to dwell on that. You know, I have this to look forward to and this to look forward to. I'm on this path. But they were like, oh my gosh, oh, that's a man. And I spoke loudly enough. They went to their lockers hanging their head lows, or their locker rooms, and then they came back. But before the woman came back, the man came back. And I said, you know what? This is so sad. This is really sad. I was like, I didn't choose to be bald. I didn't choose that. Do I embrace it? Yes. Do I love it? Yes. Some days. Let's be honest. Some days. You know, so, but I choose to embrace it. And I wake up and I look in the mirror every day and I say, I love you, Rayshonda, and God loves you, and that's all that matters. Nobody else in the world loves you. I love me, and God loves me, and that's all that matters. So, but I really think it's sad. And I encourage you to be the best you can be. Wake up, smile, look in the mirror and say, today is my day. Today is my day. And I'm going to act like it's my day, and I'm going to accept it's my day. And great things, I expect great things to, to happen to me today and forevermore. And one thing I know I used to say, and I need to get back in the habit of saying, is no matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. At the end of the day, you can throw your darts, you can throw your rocks, you can throw your comments, your words, you can throw all of this stuff. And I'm just going to swerve. And I may get hit. I'm definitely going to get hit a couple of times. And that's okay. Just know that's okay. You know? I encourage you to be the best you can be, because you have a gift. You have a purpose. I have a gift. I have a purpose. You know, so we all have gifts, and don't let fear is not in you. Fear is a stupid, empty emotion. It's a stupid, empty emotion. And if you feed life into that, and if you breathe life into that fear, it's not going to do anything but what? Grow. That's it. It's going to keep you bound to the same routine. And what are you scared of? Do something every day that you're scared of. One thing that makes you uncomfortable. I'll do it with you. I can say I don't do it every day, but I'll do it every other day, or maybe once a week or something like that. But slow progress is still progress. Just because you're not moving at the rate that you think that you should be moving at, or you're not moving at the rate that somebody else think you should be moving at, does not mean that you're not progressing. Okay? Everything takes time. Nothing is overnight. It takes time. So when you're working on yourself, take the time to work on yourself. Honestly, do it. Because you're worth it. No matter what your mom says, no matter what your dad says, no matter what your teacher says, no matter what your kids say, no matter what your baby mom say, nobody what your baby dad say, no matter what no one says, you're worth it. At the end of the day, you're worth it. And when when this too pass and your victory is right there in your face and you're grasping, I'm like, nobody did that but me. And nobody did that but him. We did that together. I'm not sitting here to Bible thump or throw God on you or nothing, but that's who has been in my life. That is my way maker, my miracle maker. He is my friend. He's my father. He is my companion. He is my brother. He is everything that I need. And I continue to seek him. Am I perfect in seeking him? No. Do I make mistakes in seeking him? Yes. Do I make all the time? All the time. I'm not perfect. But with me and him together, we're a dynamic duo. We're dynamic. Does it take me longer sometimes because of this up here? Excuse me, because of my mindset? Yes. Sometimes it takes me longer. Sometimes there's a detour. Sometimes you have to go, you're supposed to go left and you go right. Sometimes you're supposed to go up, but you go down. It happens. Life happens. Situation happens. Temptation happens. All of this happens. You're not a bad person. You're not. You're not a bad person. You're not a failure. And you know what? I will fail my way to success. I would definitely fail my way to success. I'm going to attempt many times at certain things, tap into certain things. You know what I mean? It's a slow progress. People may throw ideas at you and say this, and maybe you should do this, or maybe you should try that. You know, I'm going to write that down. I'm going to take that into consideration. You know what I'm saying? I got this going right here, so let me go, let me just keep evolving with this. It takes time. Everyone is not geared the same. And if we were, we'd be so boring. So boring. So all this is just to say, I love being different. And if you're going to judge me. I don't care. If you're going to talk to me. I don't care. Does it hurt sometimes? Yeah. Does it get me down sometimes? Yeah. Do I stay down? No. I will never stay down. I will continue to climb. I will continue to grow. And I will continue being myself. If you don't like it, you can always skip. Go to the next page. Go to the next person. Talk about the person behind me. I don't care what you do. But sometimes before you open up your mouth to talk about me, him, her, that anybody, before you open up your mouth to talk about anybody, you should try looking in the mirror first. Try looking in the mirror. You're not perfect, baby. No one is. We're all trying to get through this life, this thing called life. We're figuring it out as we go. No one has it down packed. No one will ever have it down packed. It's all about how you feel or how you think the cards are dealt to you and how you decide to deal with the cards that are dealt to you. That's it. Life is 90%. What is it? Attitude? How you deal with things. Not what's being served to you. Not what's being given to you. Not what is landed or dropped on you. None of that. Life is about none of that. It's about how you deal with it. How you choose to go about it. What's your next move? Okay? That's all I have. I can't believe I just talked for 20 minutes. What I was really going to do is, my mind started going, so I turned on the videotape. And I was like, I was going to make a YouTube video. And And I was going to be like, oh, turn on my laptop and stuff like that. But I just recorded on my phone, so it's any good as any other device. And, yep. So, I'm hot now. It's really hot in here. I turned on the heat. No, I need to turn it off. And, y'all have a good day. Sorry. I told you I'm getting over a cold.